Hi, I'm Jacqueline, and I'm so glad that you're here. Today's flow is all about moving if you've been sitting a lot. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with 3 unified breaths. I'm just going to sit on my heels, but if another sitting pose feels better for you, go ahead and adjust. We're just doing 3 breaths here. Inhale by your nose. And then open mouth, exhale, release, let it go. Again, deep inhale through the nostrils. Open mouth, exhale. Last one. Lift your seat up. Press your shins down into the mat. Inhale, reach your arms out and up. Right hand grabs onto left wrist. Reach up and over towards your right. Nice, easy side bend, breathing into your left side ribs. Inhale back through center. Other side, left hand grabs right wrist. Stretching up and over towards your left. Inhale back up through center. Exhale, keeping hips over your knees. Walk your hands forward, coming into puppy dog pose. Forehead comes down. Take 2 full breaths here in your puppy dog pose, breathing in between your shoulder blades, allowing your heart to melt towards the earth. Now press your forearms into the mat. Shift shoulders over your elbows. Extend your right leg back. Press ball of the foot into the mat. And then press your heel back as far as it goes. And then start to shift forward a little bit and roll to the very tips of your toes. And do that 2 more times. Just getting a little movement into the ankle and also calf. After your third one, right knee comes down, extend left leg, same thing. First pressing ball of foot into the mat, extend heel back as far as you can, and then shifting forward. Smooth, steady movement to match your smooth, steady breath. And then release, bring your knee back down. Pressing forearms down, we'll take a couple cat-cows on our forearms. So moving to your own breath, breathing in and out the nostrils only here. And so our range of motion will not be as wide as it is when we're on our hands. Just focus on your upper back. Breathing in between your shoulder blades on your exhale. And on each inhale, really trying to pull collarbones in between your arms. All right, last one. Then come back to stillness. Press hands down underneath shoulders. Coming up to tabletop. Then walk hands forward, a handprint. Tuck your toes. Come up to downward facing dog. Make that upside down V shape. Bend your right knee first. Extend left leg long. Breathe to the back of your left leg and then switch it up. Bend left knee, extend your right leg. Keep this nice, steady, slow movement as you press your hands into the ground. Make sure you even it out and come to stillness. Step right foot outside of your right pinky. Right toes turn out. So your foot's at a 45-degree angle. Keep your left leg lifted and just rock back and forth a couple of times. Left knee comes down. And now left hip bone will come down as if it's moving towards the mat, even as if it's scooping towards your right heel. And then come back up. Just little pulses, 2 more pulses like that. Hip bone comes down towards the mat and then come back up. Last one. Nice, slow, steady. And then back up. Flex your right foot. Shift hips back. So left hip is over left knee. Find our Ardha Hanumanasana, our half split, but it's a little wide this time. So keeping hands on the inside of the foot. If you have blocks and you need a little bit of lift, you can do that here. So pressing down through your back shin. If you have your toe tucked, that's fine too. You can press into the ball of your foot as you find length through your spine. And breathe along the back of your right leg. Swing your right leg around, coming into tabletop pose. Now shift so that you're facing the long edge of your mat. Your left foot will turn, so your left shin is parallel to the short edge of your mat. Left hand stays down, right hand on hip, right leg extends long. Inhale, right arm comes up by your ear. Lift your right leg up. Bend right knee. Maybe you grab to the outside of your right foot. If you have the foot, press foot into hand, hand into foot. Nice opening here. Smooth, steady breath. Exhale, extend leg and arm. And then come back down to tabletop. Walk hands forward, a handprint, tuck toes. Downward facing dog. Left foot steps forward to the outside of your left pinky. Again, toes turn out so your foot's at a 45-degree angle. We just have those shifts back and forward. Just a couple, breathing into your hips. And then back knee comes down. This time, right hip bone scoops down towards the mat and then comes back up. 2 more. Last one. Walk hands back. Right hip bone over right knee. Flex your left foot. Ardha Hanumanasana. Feeling the engagement and strength of your left quadricep. And then walk hands forward, coming back to tabletop. And this time, right foot swings out, right hand stays down, extending through the left side body. Left arm, reaches up by your ear. Extend the left leg, lift it off the mat. And then bend left knee, maybe you grab for the foot. If it's available, you're pushing foot into hand, hand into foot. Deep breaths. And then extending back long. Coming back to your tabletop. Tuck toes, send hips back and up for downward facing dog. Shift forward to your plank pose. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, knees come down, hips over knees. Walk hands forward for puppy dog pose. And stay for the inhale. Exhale, press forearms into mat. Extend legs back behind you for forearm plank. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, hips come down. Broad through the collarbones for your sphinx, staying for the inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down, hands underneath shoulders, pressing back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts high to the sky. Exhale, right foot steps to right thumb. Lift your torso up, hands on hips. We'll do a little bit of extension with our back leg and our crescent pose. So first, bend your back knee quite a bit. Feel the strength in your front foot. It's really pressing down through the heel of your front foot. We'll just do 3 pulses here. So without moving your hips or your front leg, just extend out through your back leg and then release. Come back down to bent knee. Extend and then release. You're not going up and down at all. One more. Keeping nice, smooth, steady. Straighten both legs, turn to face the long edge of your mat. Heels in, toes out. Come down to a squat, so get your hips down as low as you can. And then hands can slide down on calves if that's available. And using just a little gentle nudge to extend your knees out a little bit wider. You might feel a pretty intense stretch here on the inner thighs. And then exhale, release, straighten the legs, turn the toes so the outsides of the feet are parallel, and just allow your torso to hang for a moment. Then walk hands forward. Press hands into the floor. It'll probably be off of your mat. So you're in a really wide, sort of down dog shape. Energizing through the hands and arms as you breathe into the backs of the legs. And then walk hands back in between your feet. And turn your right toes only to face the short edge of your mat. So your right foot is now perpendicular to the short edge. Right hand might stay on the mat or it might slide up the shin. We're moving into triangle pose. So from here, your left hand can slide up the right arm through the shoulders and then extend up towards the ceiling. For our triangle pose today, we're going to stay for several breaths. I want you to really focus on pressing down through your front foot as you reach up and out of your bottom shoulder. So you're not sinking down here. You're finding that stability and a little bit of lift and lightness as well. Taking your nice deep breaths in and out of your nostrils. On your next inhale, reach right arm up for your reverse triangle. And then exhale, hands come down. Step your foot back, first coming to downward facing dog. Exhale, shift forward to plank. Stay for your inhale. Exhale, knees down, hips over knees, walk hands forward, puppy dog. And inhale. Exhale, press forearms down, extend legs, coming into forearm plank. Inhale. Exhale, hips down, Sphinx pose. Inhale. Exhale, lower chest all the way down, hands underneath your chest. Press back into downward facing dog. Smooth, steady breath in and out of your nostrils. Inhale, left leg lifts high to the sky. Left foot steps to left thumb. Lift your torso up, hands on hips, bend the back knee. Again, finding your position for today, pressing down through the front foot. And we're going to keep our head exactly where it is. Keep your hips where they are. It's just the back leg that extends back. And then bend it again. 2 more. Extend back and bend. Notice where you feel that stretch. Extend back and then bend. Straighten both legs. Turn to face the long edge. Heels in, toes out. Coming to your squat. Hands slide down the legs towards the calves. Gently pressing back. Press your knees back a little bit here. Nice, gentle, don't be too forceful. Keep sinking your hips down. And then release, legs straighten. Toes turn towards the long edge, outsides of feet parallel first. Just allow your torso to hang. And now walk hands forward off of your mat for that wide down dog shape. Activating through the hands. Breathing into the backs of your legs. Walk hands back to in between your feet. And we want about a leg's distance here, so this might be a good chance to heel toe your feet a little bit wider if they've gotten a little short. Now turn your left toes to face the short edge of your mat. Walk your hands toward your left foot. And then left hand can stay on the mat. Maybe it slides up the shin. And then right hand slides up the left arm and comes all the way up. So again, we're focusing on pressing down through that front foot and finding a little lift, especially out of that bottom left shoulder. And this pose is basically the opposite of sitting. So if you've been sitting for a long time, this might feel weird, but also hopefully feels weird good. And then inhale, left arm reaches up. Find extension through your left side for a reverse triangle. Hands come down, frame your foot. Step back to your downward facing dog. Exhale, shift forward to plank. And inhale. Exhale, knees come down, hips over knees. Finding puppy dog. Inhale. Exhale, forearms down. Extend legs back, forearm plank. Inhale. Exhale, hips down, right into Sphinx. And inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down, hands underneath your shoulders. Press back, down dog. Walk feet towards your hands. And then bend your knees coming into a little ball. And then find a way to a seated position. We'll come all the way down onto our backs. First, we'll start with left knee over right. Flex both feet. Hands on your calves. And slide your hands down your calves. They don't have to go too far. And just a nice little gentle pull of your feet away from each other. Probably feeling stretch in the outer hip. And slowing the breath down here, making sure that your inhalations match your exhalations. And whatever the quality of your breath right now, see if you can extend your inhales and exhales just by a little bit. Make them a little bit longer. And we'll go to the other side this time. Right knee over left, flex your feet, extend your feet away from each other, hands on calves, slide down the calves. Maybe you grab onto ankles or heels, but it's not necessary to feel a stretch here. And breathing in to wherever you feel that stretch. Feeling the expansion of your inhales, emptying out whenever you exhale. Release, coming back up. So you're welcome to stay and take a Shavasana or come up and do a seated meditation, but we will close here. Thank you so much for taking care of yourself.